Registration began Sunday for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. USC had 13 committed Trojans in the Army All-American Bowl. Jalen Ramsey, the 5-star committed corner from Tennessee. You got Kenny Bigelow, as I talked about, came in with Khalil Rogers, the 6'3", 300-pound center/guard for the East team, and also Jason Hatcher, who's going to be playing for the East. He's 6'2", 240-pound defensive end. For the West team, you're going to have Gerard Martinez, who says he's about 215. He probably comes in closer to about 200, 205 pounds as a defensive end. Chris Hawkins, Michael Hutchings, Justin Davis came in late for the West team. Sewell Cravens, and we'll have a little bit of news on Sewell Cravens. He's not going to actually participate in the game or the practices this week. 6'2", 215-pound safety, a 5-star, best player in California. Said he had a rotator cuff injury in his shoulder that he hurt just before the playoffs in CIF, and says that because he's going to enroll early at USC and wants to be 100% for spring ball, he's not going to participate this week in the game. Also had Kylie Fitz, who's right now questionable for the game. We're not really sure if he's going to practice or not. He's looking to get a cast for the wrist injury that he had surgery on at the probably 8th week of the season, where he broke 2 bones in his wrist. The injury itself is healed, but he wants to be able to have a cast to protect it, and so they're looking at those options right now. So he may or may not play this week in the Army All-American game. Nico Fowler was here. Stephen Mitchell and Max Brown kind of rounded out that big group, being the guy that might be playing for the #1 ranking overall in the nation this week. Looking at the guys that are not committed, you've got the big name is really Eddie Vanderdoes, who was a commit and is now a decommit. The 6'3", 300-pound defensive tackle from Placer, California, comes down. Decommits from USC, but still considering USC. Says that he's about 80% USC when he decommitted. Felt like if he wasn't 100%, he didn't want to call himself a commit. The big news Sunday night was that Alabama has now gotten into the mix for Eddie Vanderdoes. They called him about 30 minutes after he had officially decommitted from USC, and they want to get him in on a visit. So that looks like they're going to get his 5th spot for his official visit. The other big name that was an uncommit for USC right now is going to be Ashawn Robinson, and he's a guy that a lot of people are looking at maybe instead of Eddie Vanderdoes at that defensive tackle position. 6'5", 305 pounds, just a behemoth type defensive tackle. One of the better guys. You can talk about that eyeball test here in the lobby at the Army All-American Team Hotel. He's pretty quiet, didn't really say much about his schools that he's looking at outside of being committed to Texas. He took that official visit to USC December 7th, said he loved the trip. The one thing that he did say is that he is going to make this decision on his own, and his mom's not going to be a big influence on that decision.